Good evening, everyone, from C.H. Wildman Field in Arlington, Texas, on the campus of Arlington Sam Houston High School for Greenville High School football on GEUS. Tonight's game features the Joshua Owls against your Greenville Lions. I'm Bob Muty, alongside my partner Bentley Love, and in front of us, doing the technical production, Matthew Middleton, on a beautiful night for football. We're on the visitor side press box tonight, which is a different situation for us, and we're looking directly into the sun. So we're going to have a challenge as that sun begins to get lower. Joshua runs a very interesting offense, Bentley. It's called the flex bone. We don't see that very often. I wonder what you might know about it.
Well, like you said, we don't see it very often, so I don't know a ton about the flex bone offense, but I know and accompanying the quarterback in the backfield tonight's going to be probably about 3 running backs on just about every play, which will run a little bit of versatility for the Owls and give the Lions a little bit of a challenge on picking up who's going to be running the ball. It's most likely going to be a sophomore by the name of Esteban Salas or a senior by the name of Eli Martinez that'll be getting the bulk of the carries, but there's a good chance they'll both be in the backfield at the same time. While this allows Joshua to have a run-heavy offense, there will still be a few receivers on the field for him. So they could throw the ball, but it looks like they may have only thrown it 2 or 3 times all season.
Well, last week against Irving MacArthur, they ran 44 plays, and every one of them was a running play. So we can expect to see a lot of number 0 tonight, senior Eli Martinez, a 5'10", 185-pound gentleman. And then number 21, sophomore running back Esteban Salas, 5'9", 190, who also doubles as the kicker for Joshua. The quarterback is a senior Cesar Beltran, not a big guy, 5'7", 165, but according to our sources, he runs this offense to perfection.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. And it sounds like Beltran isn't above using his legs either, so the Lions need to be sure to watch out and look for him to possibly scramble out of the pocket and try to pick up some yardage on his own account.
It's interesting that UIL has gone to neutral fields, neutral sites for games like this evening. We actually had the possibility of playing at Choctaw Stadium, which is a former Rangers baseball field, but I think maybe somebody else got the choice, got the nod, and so here we are at a little bit south of there at Wildman Field.
Yeah, and it would have been pretty neat to call a game in Choctaw and watch these boys go at it in such a big venue like that, but we're definitely very thankful for the folks here at C.H. Wildman Field for hosting us tonight and keeping us from driving about 2.5 hours.
Absolutely, yeah. Josh was about another 45 minutes from here, so we'd have had a long run to get to the Owls Stadium. I was telling Bentley earlier that the Owls were the mascot of my high school team at Ben Salem back in eastern Pennsylvania a long time ago.
Yeah, and Owls are a little different than the mascots we've faced so far this season, but looking forward to getting to take on a team that Greenville doesn't play very often, and seeing what these boys from Joshua have, and seeing how the Lions stack up against them tonight.
Yeah, I think that's a function of new head coach, athletic director David Collins. You know, when he was at Pierce, he probably had some different associations with different schools around the state, and maybe Joshua was one of them.
I think you're probably right. I think there's a very good possibility of that.
I hope you had an opportunity to tune in to Coach's Corner on Tuesday when Coach Collins had the opportunity to visit and interview Coach Jenna Sickles of the Lady Lion volleyball team, and then a couple of the players from the volleyball team, from the tennis program, and also the cross-country team. It was a pretty interesting insight as to how these athletes got involved with their particular sports.
Yeah, Coach Collins had some really good questions for each one of them, as well as they all had some interesting stories, and like Bob said, great insight on how they got involved in the sports they're in and what it means to them to get to be a part of the Lions program and everything like that.
Yeah. Keep in mind that the Lady Lions volleyball game will be live tomorrow night, beginning at 5 o'clock, and they'll be playing the Melissa team. The Melissa Cardinals. I had forgotten that. Thank you, Matthew. I imagine that'll be quite a bit of a challenge for Greenville's volleyball team. They're off to a good start. They had a couple of difficult losses.
They did pretty well against Farmersville, and Farmersville is ranked up there.
Yeah, so we'll see how they do tomorrow night. But be sure and tune in. Matthew Middleton will probably be doing the production and might even be on the call. Joshua has a huge blow up, and Greenville's brought theirs as well. Joshua will be in all blue tonight with blue helmets, so blue jerseys, blue pants, with jerseys with white numbers. And the Lions will be wearing their all-white uniforms tonight with red numbers and white helmets.
Yeah, and like we've mentioned before, the Lions sure do look sharp in these new uniforms, but Joshua looks real sharp in their uniforms too tonight. So looking forward to seeing if both these teams are going to play as well tonight as they look going out there on the field.
Yeah, you would think that when you know that Joshua didn't throw the ball at all last week, that you could load up the box, play an 8-man defensive front. And but Joshua, obviously, with the amount of yards that those running backs were able to put up in those first two games, they know how to run, and we'll see how the Lion defense handles them.
Yeah, they definitely do, and I think that would be very wise of the Lions to stack the front like that and try their best to shut down the run game and make Joshua show them that they can beat them with the pass, because until they show you they can pass the ball, there's no reason to respect the pass right away. But we know that they're going to try to run it down your throat, so you got to try to shut that down early and make them deviate from their game plan a little bit tonight.
We're just a few minutes away from kickoff, and in talking about the defense, Bentley, why don't you go ahead and tell the folks back home what the defensive lineup's going to look like tonight?
Yeah, so tonight the three gentlemen up front for the Lions will be number 52, Junior Cash Garcia, number 60, Junior Mario Valentine, and number 66, Junior Makai McEwen. The three linebackers for the Lions tonight will be number 12, Junior Ethan Brand, number 23, Senior Jaden Johnson, and number 18, Junior Jamorian Hamilton. Cornerbacks for the Lions tonight will be number 7, Reagan Goggins, who's a senior, as well as junior number 4, Mark Dumas. Safeties for the Lions tonight will be number 8, Tyler Trexel, number 16, Caleb Yost, and number 1, senior Aiden Lewis.
And that defensive backfield will be missing a key component in Jaden Gibson, who was injured in last week's game.
Yeah, as well as Daniel Renner, who was also injured in last week's game, and we'll be missing him on the offense too. But hopefully the Lions will be able to run something out there and cover up his place.
You're taking a lot of speed off the Greenville team when you take those two guys away.
You definitely are. You definitely are.
Well, we're about 8 minutes away from kickoff. Let's take a look at the Greenville offense. Once again, at quarterback will be the freshman, Phoenix Rodriguez. At running back tonight, starting for the first time after a good performance last week, Tobias Abram. He'll be wearing number 20. Greg Washington, wearing number 25, the senior, will be the H-back. The wide receivers tonight will be number 2, Caleb Hale, and number 5, sophomore Chris Whitus. And at tight end, the all-purpose guy, number 16, senior Caleb Yost, who also handles the punting chores for the Lions. Up front, the big eaters at center, number 55, senior Nicholas Just, also one of the captains. At guard, Victor Orsornio wears number 69, and Braden Mapps, both guys over 300 pounds. Mapps wears number 54. At right tackle will be number 60, Mario Valentine, who might get some snaps on both sides of the ball tonight, with the absence of Julian Sixtos. And at left tackle, number 77, sophomore Levi Davenport. So a little bit of youth starting again for tonight with Davenport and Whitus and Rodriguez all being, what I would call not severe underclassmen, but really young players, freshmen to sophomores.
Yeah, most definitely. And like past games, look for Rodriguez to try to meet up with Whitus early and often tonight, as that does appear to still be his favorite target.
2 touchdown passes from Rodriguez last week. He did have, if I recall correctly, did have a pick, and he did miss several throws, but protection seemed to be a little bit better. Without Sixtos tonight, we'll just have to see how the offensive line performs. The offensive line of Joshua apparently is big and mobile. So.
Yeah, definitely. When you've got two running backs that are both with 200 yards on the season already after only playing 2 games, your O-line must be putting in a lot of work and taking care of those running backs and that quarterback back there.
Yeah. The captains are lining up on the near sideline for Greenville. Nick Just and Aiden Lewis, of course, are the captains for the team for the year, selected by their teammates. In addition to that, Yost and Jamorian Hamilton will share the captaincies tonight. Hamilton has made a significant impact defensively for the Lions this year. Actually was the person who caused the fumble last week, resulting in the first Greenville touchdown of the season, which was scooped up by Mario Valentine and taken 20 yards for a touchdown. So look for Hamilton's name to be called frequently in tonight's game. We're trying to get the numbers of the Joshua captains. Look like we got number 22, number 5, number 58, and number 0 that we know is Eli Martinez. Lions are in their run through, and at some point they're going to be coming out through the gauntlet of flashes and cheerleaders, which is a typical setup. Great job by the Booster Club getting the blow-up set up. We didn't have that last week.
Yeah, they kept it off the field. I think it may have had something to do with the threat of rain, but it's back this week and ready to go. So, and of course, the Lions will be led out by the ROTC with the traditional GHS flags as they get ready to get this game going.
Referee is approaching Joshua. They will be receiving from the south end of the field. So Greenville will be kicking from the north end. Joshua will be moving from our left to our right to begin the game. And any minute now, both teams will probably be coming through their run-throughs.
Yeah, so we see the Lions captains and head back to the lineup and meet up at the end, as it looks like they may get ready to high-five their guys as they come out on the field. As it doesn't appear they're going to go back to the run-out or to the blow-up and run out with them.
The Owls are on the field on the far side. They'll be the home teams tonight. And here come the GHS Lions, led by the NJ Junior ROTC cadets. Those guys get a pretty good workout.
They do. If you come to the game, you'll be able to see anytime the Lions score a touchdown, the ROTC guys, they get up on a board and they do push-ups for however many points are on the boards for the Lions.
I had Principal Stewart doing it last week. Well, before the game here, we're going to take a short break and hear from GEUS.
At GEUS, we're proud of our competitive electric rates. And if you want to save even more, think about changing your thermostat by 4 degrees on some of the hottest or coldest days of the year. We call it 4 degrees of savings, and it's one way you can save money so you can have more nights out, more ice cream cones, and more fun with your family. GEUS, hometown service, world-class reliability.
Bob Muty and Bentley Love back here at C.H. Wildman Field in Arlington, Texas. Beautiful night, Bentley. What do we got temperature-wise?
Well, it's 85 degrees and sunny, so not near as hot as it has been some of the past weeks, but a little warmer than it was last week. But nonetheless, as the sun goes down, I think it's going to be a great night for some football. And we look at this, and like we were talking about earlier, the sun is right in our eyes, so it's going to make things a little interesting tonight. But luckily, there's a big building on the other side that'll drop down behind soon as we're getting ready for the national anthem here.
Greenville High School band doing the honors on the national anthem. I guess Joshua band took the day off.
Yeah, they haven't arrived. I think I see their trailer pulling in now. So we'll maybe get to see them at halftime. But nonetheless, Greenville stepping up and putting up a good performance there. And Greenville sure does have a good band year in and year out, it seems like.
Excellent band. Been enjoying watching them for many years now.
Yeah, and so be sure to come out and support us on Friday nights and watch the Lions play some good football, listen to a great band at halftime, and also follow along because the band will be competing in some marching competitions later this year, as well as having some good concerts and everything. So always some good stuff happening here at GHS.
And next week's game will be at home against the predicted first place finishers in our district, Midlothian Heritage. Incidentally, Joshua comes to us from District 7 5A Division 1, and we were told that they opted very close on the enrollment numbers. They opted to go to Division 1, hoping to get involved with the Fort Worth schools, which are traditionally weaker, and they ended up in a very difficult district, and they're picked to finish 7th. Joshua Rojas approaches, lets it go, taken on the far side, and brought down quickly by some white-shirted Lions. It looks like they'll start at about the 23-yard line of Joshua.
Yeah, so it was a great job there by the Lions of rallying to the ball quick and not allowing really hardly any yardage after the kickoff reception, as we're going to see Joshua's run-heavy offense early here and see if the Lions change their plan from the last few weeks and stack a few more guys up front, as it looks like they're going to.
Well, they start with a three-man front. Ligarian Savage will start at the nose guard position since Valentine is playing on the offensive side tonight. Up the middle goes Salas. Salas is loose, and Salas is down to about the 45-yard line of Joshua.
And that was number 8, Tyler Trexel, for the Lions on the tackle there, as he stepped up and stopped him from picking up any more yardage there.
Esteban Salas, only a sophomore, but a pretty good-sized kid, as we said, 5'9", 190 pounds. Lions kind of stacking the line of scrimmage in an effort to slow down this Joshua running game. Two wing backs, fullback right behind. Pitch goes to Martinez, and Martinez runs out of bounds and is knocked down as he goes out. No flag on that one. That was close to being a late hit, Benton.
Yeah, very close, as it looks like it's going to bring up second and about 2 here for the Owls after that tackle by Trexel.
Very tight formation. One receiver split wide on either side. I think that's just for show. And this time, Martinez is stacked up at the line of scrimmage, I think, for maybe a short gain. That'll bring up third down.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to say he gained about a yard there after the tackle by number 18, Jamorion Hamilton, and number 23, Jaden Johnson. So 3rd and 1 here for the Owls as the Lions attempt to stand strong.
Really tight defensive formation now, too. Two receivers split left for Joshua. Beltrans looks to the far side for a play. Lots of time left on the play clock. Not too much grass growing underneath this offensive feet. Beltran takes a snap, fakes a handoff, coming right, and he's brought down nicely by number 12, Ethan Brand. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So an early decision for the Joshua coach.
Yeah, it's going to bring up 4th and 2 for Joshua, as it looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field and go for it. As if they turned it over here, it would be Greenville's ball at their own 48-yard line. So hopefully they can stand strong here and stop them in their tracks.
Once again, tight formation. Up the middle goes Salas, and Salas is breaking the plane of the first down line, and that is a first down for Joshua.
That was number 12, Ethan Brand, as well as number 33, Cody Waldrop, in on the tackle for the Lions, as the Owls pick up a fresh set of downs from the Greenville 40-yard line.
Salas gets a break. One receiver split wide left. Haven't got a replacement onto the field. I guess he was already there. This time they go left. Handoff. Martinez is loose, and he's going to score. He went off left tackle, and I think he was untouched to the end zone, Bentley.
Yeah, I think he was, and that's where the speed of Renner shows up, as typically he probably would have been able to run him down there. So the Lions are going to have to toughen it up a little bit up front and slow those guys down before they get to the secondary, if possible.
Well, that was about a 40-yard scamper by Martinez for the first touchdown for Joshua. Here's the extra point attempt. Kick is low, but it's up and good. Joshua takes an early lead with 9:22 remaining here in the first quarter. They lead the Lions 7-0 as the scoreboard has it backwards. We wish the scoreboard said Lions 7 and Owls 0, but it's just actually the opposite.
Yeah, and that was number 13, Jacob Calhoun, the freshman who's listed as a cornerback and wide receiver on the roster, but also does a little bit of kicking duties, and put that through the goalpost for him.
And they finally got the scoreboard straightened around. Let's give those guys a little slack, because they're not used to either one of these teams playing at this field. So it is Joshua 7, Greenville nothing, and Lions now will be receiving. Looks like we got Whitus and Hale maybe as deep receivers, standing at the 25-yard line right now.
I believe it's number 80, Bravion Colbert, as Colbert and Whitus move back to the 15-yard line.
Blue-shirted Joshua Owls approach the ball. Fair catch called for at the 25-yard line. That's Noah Davenport. So that's where the Lions will set up shop. Freshman Phoenix Rodriguez at the helm for the Greenville Lions. I'm just continually excited about the fact that we're starting a freshman quarterback.
I am too, and he's shown flashes of being really good this season. So whatever he can get done this season, just imagine he'll be even better next year and year on from that.
Rodriguez wears number 9. He's got two receivers wide right, tight end on the left side. In motion goes Jaden Johnson, looking downfield, finding his man. It's a completion down to about the 36-yard line of Greenville.
Yeah, and the ball shot out of his arms after he went to the ground, but I think it was already blown dead, but nonetheless picked up by a Lion, and bring up 1st and 10 here from 37-yard line.
Might have been Whitus on the catch. Whitus may be lined up as a running back. He takes the pitch, and Whitus gets up to about the 40-yard line where he's met with some resistance by the blue-shirted Owls.
So a pickup of about 3 for Whitus and the Lions is going to bring up 3rd and 7 here as Rodriguez is getting a play from his sideline, and Whitus is coming over left while another receiver splits out to the right for the Lions.
Washington at the H-back, Jaden Johnson behind Rodriguez. One receiver split, not too wide, looking right and completing to Hale, and Hale is buried at the 45-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, and there were guys all in Rodriguez's face, but he was able to keep his composure and complete a good pass there to bring up 3rd and 1, it looks like, for the Lions.
Yeah, the press was a little tall. Hale did a good job of climbing the ladder and getting that one. And now he comes to the left side with Whitus in the slot. Tight end formation on the right side. Heavy left. Rodriguez hands to Johnson. Johnson has some room. He breaks the line to gain, and up to midfield goes senior Jaden Johnson.
A pickup of about 4 as it's going to set up 1st and 10 here for the Lions from right at the 50-yard line.
Lion offense in gear pretty good so far, Bentley.
They are. They're looking good, completing passes and moving the ball with their legs as well.
Good mix of offense from coordinator Cody Martin. Low snap. Rodriguez fields it. Running to his right. Throws across his body, and it's almost intercepted by Martinez.
Yeah, and the Owls ran a pretty strong defensive front there as they were able to bust through that line pretty quick, and Rodriguez had to roll out and find him a little bit more space, but that play was busted from the get-go, so not a whole lot going there for the Lions, but hopefully they'll get something else going here on 2nd and 10.
One of those things that you don't want to do as a quarterback, trying to throw back across your body into the middle of the field. Fortunately, no interception. 2nd and 10 for Greenville. Hand off this time to Johnson, and he is buried for a loss.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to call it a loss of about 3 here, so bring up 3rd and 13 from their own 42-yard line.
It's a challenge for the passing game now. Rodriguez has been getting pretty good protection thus far in tonight's first quarter. 6:54 remaining in the first quarter. Jaden Johnson has started at running back, so you wonder how much we're going to see him on defense. Receivers, single receivers, right and left. Rodriguez drops back. Now he's scrambling to his left. Has some room to run. He's down to the 45, and he gets to about the 42-yard line of Joshua. That's going to be short of the sticks. So let's see what Coach Collins is going to do.
It was about an 11-yard pickup there by Rodriguez as he fought for some yardage there and bring up 4th and 2. Looks like the Lions are going to stay on the field and try to go for it here as it's out of field goal range, but not quite far enough back that you'd want to punt it.
No, I think this is a good decision. You're looking for your first victory of the season. You got to be aggressive. Johnson gets the handoff, and he gets some room over right tackle, and he gets the first down.
And Johnson gets all the way to about the 37-yard line there, so a pickup of about 5 or so on the play. And like Bob said, new set of downs for the Lions.
Good job by Yost, Valentine, and Maps on that right side that time. First down, Greenville. We'll call it the 37-yard line of Joshua. Rodriguez looks to his left, throws high, but Hale brings it in for a short. No, it's incomplete.
So good defensive effort there by number 3, Dre Wilson, for the Owls, as the Lions weren't able to bring that one down, but it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 here for the Lions.
Once again, the throw was a little bit tall. Hale went up, and I thought he had it, but he couldn't hang on to it because of the good defensive play. 21 seconds remaining on the play clock, so each team is getting to the line of scrimmage fast. 2nd and 10 for the Lions. Rodriguez checks with Johnson, looks back to the sideline now for the call. Washington moves to the H-back on the right side. In motion goes Whitus. And Rodriguez tries to go on the option, and he is thrown down harshly by one of the blue-shirted Owls, and that's the loss of yardage.
And so it looked like possibly a design run for sure for Rodriguez, but a loss of 4 there as it's going to bring up 3rd and 14 here. So 1 yard more than what they needed to pick up last time.
The Greenville offense uses a series of placards that are about, I don't know, maybe 11 by 17, maybe a little bit larger, that send the plays in to Rodriguez. In motion goes Johnson to the left. Rodriguez looks downfield, and a nice catch by Whitus. He tries to break a tackle, but he's going to have a first down for Greenville.
Yeah, big catch there by Whitus as he was able to pick up the first down for the Lions and give them some good field position here as they're sitting at the 22-yard line, it looks like, and knocking on the door.
That's a big conversion, particularly after getting nothing on first down. That's 2 series in a row where they were unsuccessful getting any yardage on first down and still managed to convert. 3 receivers left this time for the Lions. In motion goes Johnson, and he gets the reception. It's off his fingertips. Incomplete. Pretty good throw that time. Johnson just couldn't hang on.
Yeah, unfortunately. So we see number 80, Bravion Colbert, come on the field for the Lions. Haven't seen him in the game too many times other than on special teams. So interesting to see what the freshman can do here.
And we're on the left side. Hand off to Johnson up the middle. And nothing doing that time.
As it looks like Johnson may have gotten a yard, but it looks like they may chalk it up to nothing and call it 3rd and 10 here.
Once again, Greenville offense depending upon that 3rd down conversion. Rodriguez has been successful both with his legs and with his arm on the last 2 series.
Yeah, with 3 receivers out left, Hale, Whitus, and Washington may look for a throw here.
I think there was some movement there on the left side. That might have been Davenport getting a little bit of an early start, so that's going to back him up 5 yards.
Yeah, and with that 5-yard penalty, I think we're definitely looking at a pass play here as they sent Johnson in motion on that play, but of course it was blown dead. And we'll see if they run that same play out there or something different here in a second.
There are three placards that are used. One's red, one's white, one's black. Now, we don't know what they're calling, but Rodriguez looks right. He's under pressure. He's scrambling to his left. He's loose. He's looking downfield, and he finds his man, but I think Hale was out of bounds when he made the reception.
And so a great job by Rodriguez there to avoid the sack and get a throw off, but unfortunately it was just a hair too late as Hale was falling backwards as he caught the pass and ended up out of bounds. So that will bring up 4th and 15 here for the Lions.
See what Coach Clark comes up with this time. Too far for the field goal from Rojas. So the freshman again will probably depend upon his arm to try to move the chains. Once again, 3 receivers left. Washington's in the slot. Johnson, and the ball is tipped and falls harmlessly to the turf. There'll be a turnover on downs. Joshua will start at their own 26-yard line.
Yeah, so saw some pretty good protection there for the most part for Rodriguez. A couple breakdowns here and there, but for the most part he looked pretty good and looked like he had a little time, but unfortunately the Owls defense was able to fly high there and knock the ball down.
Rodriguez, we're guessing, probably stands about 5'9", so he's not the tallest quarterback that's ever played high school football. Beltran now looking to pass, and that was not a good idea. The Lions, 3 guys led by Waltrip, just bury him for a loss.
Yeah, initial contact by Jamorion Hamilton, number 18, but he was able to spin out of it. But unfortunately for Beltran there, there were 3 more Lions waiting on him.
Who's the best short quarterback ever played?
Baker Mayfield, I don't know.
Drew
Kyler
Brees.
Murray.
Doug Flutie.
Doug Flutie, okay. All right. All right, second, we'll call it 16. Fakes a handoff, goes wide, and Hamilton is there to bring down the running back running around the left side after a minimal gain.
Yeah, it looked like they're going to give him a gain of about 2 there, so that'll bring up 3rd and 14 here for the Owls.
Good defensive stand thus far by the Lions. You know, when Joshua gets into a 3rd and long, and their lack of practice with throwing the ball, it's pretty much almost a given that the Lion defense can hone in on either Rodriguez or Salas if they get the ball. Let's see what Beltran decides to do. He's just a little guy. Gets down low. It flips to his left. And running around the far side is number 4. And he is short of first down yardage, so that'll bring up more than likely a punting situation for Joshua.
Yeah, it looked like he got back to about the 31-yard line there, but definitely not enough, as it will bring up 4th and 7 for the Owls. And the Lions are going to send Chris Whitus deep to receive the punt here.
Whitus is a pretty good athlete from what we've been able to determine as just a sophomore, Bentley.
He definitely is.
Coach Collins puts a lot of confidence in him, having him back there to receive the punts. Here's the kick. Whitus takes it at the 35-yard line. He's got room to run. He's up to midfield, and that's going to do it.
They're going to time up right at about the 48, 49, 50-yard line there and blow the whistle dead. And the Lions are going to have some fantastic field position here to start this second drive.
Yeah. Well, they got good penetration on that last offensive series and just turned it over deep in Joshua territory. And now, with a good defensive stand and a good punt return, Lions are setting up shop right at midfield. So, pretty good field position as a starting, probably the best we've had all season, Bentley.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt. So it'll be interesting to see if the Lions choose to run it here on first down or throw it. They've had some pretty good success with both, but if they can complete those passes inbounds, they'll have a lot of success with the pass game, as we've seen some great connections so far in this game.
Junior Tobias Abram in the backfield at the running back spot. In motion goes Whitus. Abram has it, and Abram pushes the pile pretty nearly 5 yards for a good first down play.
Yeah, great first down run by Tobias Abram there, as they're going to spot it right at about the 47-yard line there for a pickup of about 4.
It's a much better first down gain than they've had here the last couple series. Rodriguez now rolls right, finds his man. That's Whitus at the far side, and Whitus is going to get the line to gain and get another first down for the Lions.
And so Whitus gets all the way about to the Owls' 37-yard line there to bring up 1st and 10 again for the Lions, as I imagine we may see Abram run it again, as that was the best first down so far I think the Lions have had this season, or at least this game.
I think they've had more first downs here in the first quarter than we've had probably in a half.
I think you're right.
Here comes motion man, and up the middle goes Abram. He bounces off a tackle. He's loose. He's down at the 20-yard line before he's brought down by the defensive secondary of the Owls.
Yeah, so a big pickup there by Abram is number 11, Justin Toulis, for the Owls, was waiting for him, but not before he picked up about 20 yards or so.
Consecutive first down plays by the Lions, who are showing propensity for gained yardage tonight.
Yeah, good start definitely by the Lions. They've got number 80, Bravion Colbert, out to the left, as well as number 1, Aiden Lewis, out to the right. Multiple running backs in the backfield.
Freshman looks over for the play call. 8 seconds remaining on the play clock. It looks like they're going to let the quarter run out, and that is the end of the first quarter here at C.H. Wildman Field in Arlington, Texas. The Lions trail the Joshua Owls 7-0.
We're going to take a break here at the end of this quarter, and we will be back here in just 1 minute.
became the first municipally owned public power electric utility in Texas in 1891, when privately owned companies were only interested in serving large cities such as Dallas and Fort Worth. Greenville citizens took destiny into their own hands and began producing their own power. Today, more than 130 years later, GEUS continues to provide this vital service to our community. Public power has a long history nationwide of supplying electricity to communities when investor-owned utilities wouldn't or couldn't provide this crucial service. The nation's 2,000-plus community-owned utilities currently supply power to millions of people in 49 states and 5 U.S. territories. Power utilities value providing local customer services such as local offices with pay centers. GEUS is a public power utility. That means your utility is community-owned and not-for-profit. GEUS is proud to be your local public power utility.
Bob Muty back here at Wildman Field in Arlington with Bentley Love at my side. And the setup tonight has Matthew right in front of us with all the cameras. And the Lions have a first down at the 22-yard line of Joshua, trying to get into the red zone here, first time in this quarter. In motion comes Whitus. Going to his left is Rodriguez. He has some room, tucks it in, and steps out of bounds with maybe a 3-yard pickup.
Yeah, decent little pickup there, about 3 like Bob said, so to bring up 2nd and 7 here is he was looking for his receiver but quickly had to do something because there were several guys in the backfield. So 2nd and 7 here for the Lions from the 19-yard line.
Might have been looking for Aiden Lewis on that particular play, and Lewis was covered, so Rodriguez smartly took the 3 yards. 2nd and 7 for Greenville. Ball inside the red zone now. Whitus in motion. Hand off to Abram. Abram has some room off right tackle, and he drags a couple of blue-shirted Owls about 2 yards. It'll be very close to first down yardage.
Yeah, as it looks like it's going to bring up about 3rd and 1 here for the Lions. It's a great run there by Abram.
The junior running back made his first appearance last week when Renner was injured. And he showed us something last week. I think he might have been the leading ball carrier in the game, as a matter of fact, and he only played about a quarter. Here's a handoff this time, and it's Abram. Abram, beautiful tackle by Martinez, but not before it's a first down, I think. But there is a penalty on the play.
So we'll see what that is and then see what's going to happen.
Abram got the line to gain, but there's a call and it might go against the Lions. Let's wait and see. Now maybe they're going to move the chains. It looks like it's going to be against Joshua. And it's against the Owls. It's a 5-yard walk-off. So they got the first down. They get an extra 5, and they're now inside the 10-yard line. Ball is spotted at the 9. First and goal for the white-shirted Greenville Lions, under the direction of number 9's freshman quarterback, Phoenix Rodriguez. Hale split right, Whitus to the left, Abram behind Rodriguez. Whitus in motion, Abram gets the handoff. He's very close to the goal line. He's going to be down just short. Abram ran off left guard that time, behind big Victor Osornio. And he is knocking on the door.
Yeah, so they're going to call it 2nd and goal from the Owls' 1-yard line as the Lions are right down here trying to punch it in. And I imagine we'll see him hand it to Abram here again.
I wouldn't be surprised. Once again, Whitus in motion. Rodriguez decides to keep it. Not a good decision. Good defensive pressure by the Owls.
And so that'll bring up 3rd and goal here from, looks like the 8-yard line or so. Maybe this, no, it looks like they're going to give it to him at the 5. So 2nd and goal from the 5.
Yeah, that was a loss of almost 5. It's one of those times when, you know, that previous play where you're that close to the goal line, you like to have your quarterback under center. But in the shotgun formation, you're 5 yards back, and stuff like that can happen. Rodriguez was back to, we got a procedure penalty against the Lions. So we're moving backwards here on these last two plays. And it'll be still third down and goal, this time now from the 10-yard line.
Yeah, and the Lions have been no stranger to converting long third downs or getting it close enough that they're able to convert it on fourth down. So we'll see what they get going here, and hopefully they'll be able to put something in the end zone as they've got number 2, Hale, and number 5, Whitus out left.
Rodriguez takes a snap, throws, and it's intercepted by Joshua, and the Joshua defensive back has nobody between him and the goal line. And that is going to be a touchdown for Joshua on a 95-yard interception return. Wow. That's a killer.
That is a killer, and that's not what you want to happen in that situation, as they were right there knocking on the door, and unfortunately having to throw it there on third down and just fell right into the hands of some coverage and took it all the way to the house for Joshua.
It was a good defensive job of sniffing out the passing lane and jumping right in front of the Greenville receiver.
Yeah, and unfortunately, once he got past that last line of Greenville defenders, or offense guys, there was nobody left to stop him. So the kick is up for Joshua, and it's good to bring the score. Joshua Owls 14, Greenville Lions 0.
And we'll go right back on offense now. So Rodriguez has got to put that one behind him. And that was the second time that he had an opportunity to be intercepted. The first time it was dropped, that time it was not. And that'll go down, I think, as a 99-yard interception return. And that's one of those things, when it's intercepted in the flat like that, I mean, there's nobody there, possibly with the exception of Rodriguez, to run him down, and Rodriguez doesn't possess the type of speed that was necessary to catch that DB. So with 8:58 remaining here in the first half, the Lions trail by 2 touchdowns. And like I said, they'll go right back on offense now. They'll be receiving the kickoff.
Yeah, so of course with the flip of the quarter, the Lions will be going from the south end of the field to the north end of the field as we await Joshua's kickoff team to come out here.
That was a quick turn of events. I mean, you figure the Lions had second down at the inside the 1-yard line, and a 5-yard loss, and then a 5-yard penalty, and then the interception, and bingo.
It just shows you just how crazy and how quick things can change, as it looks like number 5, Chris Whitus, as well as number 80, Bravion Colbert, back for the Lions to receive.
Here comes the kick. It's a short kick. Fair catch called for at the 30-yard line. Might be Noah Davenport again for the Lions. Senior wide receiver Davenport handling the kickoff receptions for those popover kicks that are so prevalent these days.
So with 8 minutes and 58 seconds left here on the clock, the Lions will start at their own 30-yard line as they are facing a 14-0 deficit, but looking to get back in here real quick.
A couple of procedure penalties so far in this game on the Lions, and that's something we didn't see at all in the first game of the season. Of course, we didn't see this much offense either, so admittedly, the more plays you have, the more opportunities there might be for offensive snap penalties.
Exactly.
So first down for the Lions at the 30-yard line. The sun now is setting down. It's almost completely behind the home press box, so things are getting a little bit easier for Bentley and myself. Here's a throw out here. Whitus has it, and Whitus is fighting for extra yardage, and the ball is loose. And notice that Joshua's been trying to strip the ball, and they indeed strip it from Whitus. and they turn the ball over immediately again. So in back-to-back plays, Joshua's defense comes up big.
Yeah, and that's big for Joshua, as they'll have it from 1st and 10 from the Lions' 31-yard line, and not what you want to have happen on back-to-back plays if you're the Lions offense, but Lions defense has looked pretty strong so far, so hopefully they'll be able to get a stop here, maybe push Joshua back a little bit and force him to punt or at least go for it on 4th down and hopefully turn it over.
White is fighting for extra yardage. That could have been called forward progress that time, Bentley. I thought he was pretty much done going forward. Here's a handoff up the middle. It's probably Martinez.
Yeah, it was Martinez as he drug number 90 Armstrong Teeters all the way about to the 20-yard line. So bring up a 1st down and tend to go here for the Owls.
Good opening play by Joshua. They're now just about to enter the red zone of Greenville. 8:27 remaining, clock stopped. Man in motion, up the middle once again, and there's a flag. This time the illegal procedure is going to go against the Owls.
That'll back them up about 5 yards here and bring up 1st and 15 from their own 25-yard line, or from the Lions' 25-yard line, excuse me.
Joshua seems to be getting most of their production straight up the middle.
Yeah, definitely, and the Lions should look at stacking a couple extra linebackers there in the middle and seeing what they can get going.
Once again, Ligarian Savage, Cash Garcia, and Mackay McEwen up front for the defensive front of the Lions. Up the middle once again goes Martinez. This time the Lions do a better job.
Yeah, so a tackle there for the Lions as they picked up about 2.5 yards there on the play. Bring up 2nd and 12 here.
.7:30 remaining here in the first half at Wildman Field in Arlington. Joshua leading by 2 touchdowns. Man in motion to the right, gets the pitch, has lots of room out there. He cuts back, and he's down inside the 10-yard line. Goes number 17.
Yeah, that was number 17, Jackson Bryan, or maybe number 17, Cash Kreiner. They got 2 number 17s on the roster here, but it's taken down by number 8, Tyler Trexel on the play.
Had lots of room to run over there. The Lions did not do a good job of sealing the end that time. 7 minutes now, we're just underneath. Hands off up the middle once again. Lions led by Hamilton. Say nothing doing on that one, folks.
And that was number 21, Esteban Salas on the carry for the Owls. But like Bob said, Lions were there waiting on him and able to slow that down.
Oh, it's going to be spotted at the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal for Joshua. Joshua's led by their quarterback, senior quarterback, Cesar Beltran. He gets down low underneath center, pitches to number 4 coming left, and number 4 goes into the end zone for a touchdown for Joshua.
Yeah, and that was number 4, Braden Payne on the flip there for the Owls, as well as number 4, Mark Dumas for the Lions there, making contact as Payne broke the plane and ended up in the end zone.
So Joshua takes advantage of another turnover, back-to-back. Defensive plays set up scores for the Owls, and they make it 21-0. 6:14 remaining here in the first half.
And we're going to take a break here and be back in just 1 second after this message from GEUS.
All right, we're back here at Wildman Field in Arlington. The Lions were knocking on the door to tie this ball game at 7, and through a series of events, negative events unfortunately, quickly they are down 21-0 instead of 7-0. So lightning has struck in favor of the Owls, and now the Lions have to regroup and try to get that offense back in gear. Blue-shirted Joshua Owls will be moving from right to left on this kickoff. And it's a very short kick. Once again, a fair catch called for by Davenport, this time at the 35-yard line. So Greenville's been the beneficiary of good field position on several opportunities tonight.
Yeah, and they've moved the ball pretty well overall. Just unfortunately, they had that one fumble as well as that one interception down there at the goal line. And without those two turnovers, this game would be a completely different story right now.
Yeah, the Joshua defensive backs are trying to strip the ball, and they were successful in stripping Chris Whitus on that last series. Here's Rodriguez now. One receiver each side. Looks to his right. He has his man. That's Hale. He steps out of bounds at about the 42-yard line.
Yeah, so a pickup of about 7 there, so it's going to bring up about 2nd and 3 here for the Lions.
Just a quick little down and out and a good delivery by Rodriguez. Hale with several catches tonight. He and Whitus both with several catches already in tonight's game. Washington moves to the right. 2 running backs behind Rodriguez. I think that was offsides on defense. That guy got in there awful quick.
Yeah, and a first down there for the Lions as it was offsides on the defense.
Somebody got an early start for the Owls, and that's going to cost them 5 yards, and that'll result in a Greenville first down by a penalty, I think. We're still waiting for the chains to move. And the linesman is getting the idea where he should start walking off the 5. And he takes 5 steps, and up to the 47-yard line of Greenville goes our head linesman, or back judge. I'm not sure, but anyway, we got a first down Greenville. Hale to the right. We'll call it Whitus to the left. I'm sorry, Whitus in motion. Rodriguez hands off to Abram. The junior running back pushes forward for a nice pickup.
A pickup of about 7 there to bring up 2nd and they're going to call it 6 and bring up 2nd and 4 here for the Lions, as there is just right at 5 minutes left here in this second quarter and first half overall.
I got to see Tobias without his helmet before the game, and he's got a nice set of dreadlocks. He gets a pass now from Rodriguez, and he's trying to get to the first down sticks. He's run out of bounds very close to the line to gain. Looks like it's going to be marked just short.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to call it 1 yard short and bring up 3rd and 1 here for the Lions.
Good job by Rodriguez to spot the safety valve that time. And once Abram got the ball, he was motoring toward that stick.
Yeah, and Abram off the field here. Looks like Johnson in his place at running back.
Low snap, handled by, and Johnson is loose. Good job by Rodriguez to take that low snap. He gets it to Jaden Johnson, and Johnson straight up the middle for a big gain.
Yeah, a pickup of about 13 or so. Is going to bring up 1st and 10 from the Owls' 33-yard line here with 4.5 minutes left to go.
I think just the offensive statistics in this game are going to be a little bit misleading unless the Lions can put some points on the board here. First down, Greenville. Rodriguez takes another low snap and another stoppage. This time a penalty is going to go against the Lions. Did you see what the procedure penalty was? Bentley, do you see who moved? Or
I didn't, but it looks like Matthew said it was a false start, so moving back about 5 yards here, bring up 1st and 15.
Well, you got to try to avoid that. We got to do better on first down. To drop, make it 1st and 15 just makes it that much tougher on the offense. Ball spotted now at the 37-yard line of Joshua. Good snap this time. Rodriguez looks, finds Whitus. Whitus hanging on with both hands this time as he's forced out of bounds.
Yeah, so a pickup of what looks to be about 6 or so. And
I like the quick passes, Bentley. That's, you don't require a whole lot of protection. You get that ball and you find your man about 6 yards down the field on a stop pattern or a quick out, and that's just easy money. Rodriguez is liking it. Handoff this time, and running off the right side is Johnson. Johnson's loose. He's down to the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Jaden Johnson.
yeah, and Johnson bounced off a couple defenders early, and then there was nobody else there to stop him as it was a foot race to the end zone, and it was won by Jaden Johnson.
Again, the right side of that offensive line doing a great job of providing Johnson with some running room, and the Lions finally cracked the end zone. First touchdown for Jaden Johnson this season, and actually the first running touchdown for Greenville this year.
Yeah, so they trot the kicking unit on as the holder is Ethan Brand and the kicker is Joshua Rojas to try to make this a 21-7 game.
Good snap, good hold, and the kick is up by Rojas and good. So the Lions strike with 3:29 remaining. They trail now 21-7.
Yeah, and a great touchdown pickup there to bring the Lions into a much better situation here.
Well, that was a 65-yard drive, and handled very nicely, particularly when you start 1st and 15 here with that last quick series, and touchdown Greenville. And we'll just revel in the fact and take a break. Message from GEUS. Joshua Rojas, junior kicker for Greenville, is setting the ball up at the 40-yard line for this kick. Deep for Joshua, standing at the 10-yard line. It's a long kick. It's going to come down at about the 15, taken there, coming this way and forced out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. Goes number 11 for Joshua.
Yeah, and that was number 80, Bravion Colbert, on the play for the Lions, forcing him out of bounds. So bring up 1st and 10 from the Owls 28 here.
And the Lion defense got a little bit of a break there with that 65-yard drive, although it didn't take a whole lot of time off the clock. But that's a good blow for the defense. Let's see if the guys can slow down that run up the middle by either Salas or Martinez.
Yeah, and hopefully they can force a turnover or a punt here and get the ball back in this first half.
This is the quarterback, Beltran, and Beltran is slammed to the ground harshly that time. No gain at all, I don't think, on that play.
No, maybe even a loss of a yard or so, and that was number 16, Caleb Yost, on the tackle, with some assistance from number 18, Jamorion Hamilton.
I just feel like Greenville, they should be ahead in this game, frankly.
Yeah, or tied at the very least, but definitely could be ahead right now as it's 2nd and 11 here for the Owls.
Beltran takes a snap from under center, up the middle, and now here comes a pitch and room to run for Braylon, and he's got a first down. He faked up the middle and then got the pitch out to the wing back, and it worked very nicely.
Yeah, and that was number 1, Aiden Lewis there waiting on him and taking him down right after the first down pickup. So 1st and 10 here for the Owls from the 40 with 2.5 minutes left in the second quarter.
Got some substitutes in there in that defensive line now. Once again, there's a pitch this time to Martinez going around the right side, and he is forced out of bounds short of first down yardage.
Yeah, it was number 7, Reagan Goggins, pushing him out initially, as well as number 8, Tyler Trexel, helping. So,
Call it 2nd and 4 for Joshua as they got their offense in gear once again. 2:19 remaining here in the first half. I'd like to see that Greenville defense try to get a turnover on downs so we can get that ball back and maybe do something about that scoreboard.
Yeah, I agree. And Greenville will be receiving the second half kick, so hopefully we can get the ball back and do some damage here, but if nonetheless, just at least keep them from scoring.
So Beltran under center, man in motion. Up the middle for not much. That was Martinez, or actually Salas.
Yeah, and the Owls are going to take a timeout here to talk some over as Greenville bit on that fake there for a second, but we're still able to get the guy down for no gain. So bring up 3rd and 4 here for the Owls.
This is an opportunity for the Greenville defense, if they can get a stop here, to also call a timeout.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to take a break here with them and hear this message from GEUS, and then we'll be back.
Serving the people of Greenville is what we do. At GEUS, community involvement, volunteering, giving back through sponsorships, and providing hometown service with world-class reliability are just a few of our priorities. Being a locally owned public power utility means we are your family, friends, and neighbors. Community involvement and giving is easy when you are serving your hometown. Nationally recognized reliability and service, owned by those we serve for over 130 years.
Bob Muty and Bentley Love back here at Wildman Field in Arlington. 3rd down and a long 3 for Joshua. Pitches to Martinez. Martinez trying to find room to run. He's forced out of bounds. It looks like he may be short, and one of the Greenville Lions may be down at the far side.
Yeah.
Slow to get up on that side was maybe Ethan Brand.
I believe you're right, but
And now he's down. He's decided he needs a blow. He went down early. I think he may have gotten the wind knocked out of him. Doesn't look like a serious injury because Brand laid for a minute on the far sideline, then popped up. His teammates say, "Come on, Ethan, get up." And came about halfway across the field and decided, I got to lay down and get my breath back.
yeah, and hopefully it's nothing serious, but the Lions are going to take advantage of this to get something to drink and talk it over a little bit as it's 4th and 2, but we're going to take a break here. Oh, it looks like he's getting up. So he's going to walk off, it looks like, under his own power without any trouble, really. So that's a good sign there for the junior linebacker.
Yeah, definitely good news for the Lions because Brand's already had several plays on defense.
Yeah, and many people thought Brand might be the quarterback this year, but Rodriguez came into camp and looked really good, and Brand took over as a linebacker and has played some fantastic football so far at the linebacker position.
Okay, big play here for Joshua. Big play for Greenville. Ligarian Savage comes off, and they're going to punt. I'm a little bit surprised about that. What do you think, Bentley? Would you expected them to go for that one?
Well, you know, I'm a little surprised, but at the same time, Greenville's defense has been pretty strong, and this way they're hoping that they pin them further back, but it looks like that's going to be a penalty on Greenville for maybe too many men on the field.
Oh, goodness.
As they look like they snapped it before Ligarian was able to get off the field.
Let's wait and see. The officials have not moved the ball at all yet, so maybe they're just going to call that one no play.
We'll see. They blew the whistle, and coaches on Greenville's sideline weren't very happy about it.
Yeah,
but we'll see what they're going to do.
I think Savage got off the field in plenty of time.
Yeah, it was close, but even if he was still on, he was barely on. He wasn't blocking or doing anything for sure.
Yeah. I was surprised to see Joshua in punt formation, but probably a pretty conservative call, and probably a good call on the part of the Joshua coaching staff.
Yeah, without a doubt. So we're sitting here waiting to see what the call is going to be, because this is a big thing for Greenville. If they go ahead and give Joshua the first down, it looks like they're going to keep it at 4th and 2. So that's big for Greenville here, as they're going to get the ball back with 2:11 left on the clock.
Yeah, Whitus is in the receiving position. Ball's going to bounce, and go out of bounds down close to the Greenville 20-yard line. So the Lions will have 2 minutes and 6 seconds and 3 timeouts to try to put some more points on the board here in the first half. They trail 21-7 to the Joshua Owls.
I think that's what it was. I think the clock was at 2 minutes and they brought it back, so
I think you're right. So
that's what they stopped the clock for, to get it right.
that's good. So Greenville's going to get the ball here on their own 21-yard line. 2 minutes to go, 79 yards, as they're looking to make this a little bit closer of a game going into halftime.
And it's imperative that they take care of the football. Rodriguez rolling right, finds Hale. Now it's dropped. Hale tried to run before it actually got there. Pass was a little bit low, a little short, and Hale went back to get it and tried to take off without it.
Yeah. So 2nd and 10 here for the Lions, as they're going to continue to try to get something cooking.
Another one of those short passes. Here we go. 2nd 10 for the Lions, 2:01 remaining. Rodriguez looks downfield, finds his man, Whitus, at the 30-yard line. He slips down. Pick up about 9 yards.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to call it 3rd and 1 here for the Lions.
Lions are going to keep their timeouts, try to get this conversion before they start burning them. You want to make sure you get the first down before you start burning any timeouts. Here's a handoff. It's Abram, and Abram breaks away, breaks a tackle. He was actually going to be stopped for a loss. The junior running back just powered his way for a first down.
Yeah, so a big pickup of about 5 there, as it looks like they are going to take a timeout here for Greenville.
Yeah, this is a good stoppage right there.
And we're going to take a break with them here, as they're going to talk it over, and so are we.
GEUS trims trees all year long because we want first-rate electric reliability. And you know what that makes? Mulch. Lots of mulch. Mountains of mulch. And if you know someone who needs mulch, just come to 502 Wesley Street to pick it up. You'll have to load it yourself, but you can take as much as you want for free. Because it's just one more way GEUS is delivering hometown service and world-class reliability.
And we're back here at Wildman Field. Bentley Love and Bob Muty. Matthew Middleton at the controls. 1:27 remaining after that first down pickup by junior running back Tobias Abram.
So Greenville with the ball here at their own 35-yard line. Minute 27 left on the clock.
Rodriguez drops back, looks to his left, finds his man. Looks like Hale maybe on the far side. Caleb Hale with the reception. Not enough to move the chain, so the clock continues to run. You'd like to try to get that pass to be a 10-yard gain, so that clock will stop every time a first down is achieved. 3 receivers right. Looked like there might have been some movement. Rodriguez in a little bit of trouble, and he's going to go down. And that's huge.
Taking them for a big sack there all the way back at the 35-yard line. The Lions have 2 timeouts, but it doesn't look like they're going to use one here. So it'll be 3rd and about 8 for the Lions.
Yeah, that's a backbreaker right there, Bentley. 37 seconds left and the clock ticking away. Neither team interested in calling a timeout, so they're comfortable with a 21-7 lead for Joshua, deficit for Greenville. Phoenix Rodriguez, man in motion, looking downfield. Whitus can't hang on. Good defensive play that time by Joshua.
Yeah, and several Owls around him, and unfortunately not able to come down with it, as that is going to bring up 4th and 7 here for the Lions, as they're going to trot the punting unit on the field and give the ball back to Joshua with 20 seconds left on the clock.
Rodriguez's throw that time was pretty good, actually, I thought. But Whitus was covered very nicely. So Yost in punt formation for the Lions. And if I'm not mistaken, that may be the first punt by the Lions tonight.
I think it is.
That's pretty interesting. They're down 21-7. That's their first punt.
Well, and that just, The Lions have held the ball for a long time too, but Joshua has held the ball for a lot of time, as since they've run it so much, the clock hasn't really stopped running very much when they've had the ball, and the Lions, of course, with the 2 turnovers. So, unfortunately, it looks like it is going to be a 21-7 Lions deficit going into the half here, barring Joshua taking a shot to the end zone, but I don't really foresee that happening.
No, since they haven't thrown the ball yet tonight.
And their one throw they did have resulted in a sack.
Yost limps off the field. Hopefully he's going to be all right. Tight formation. Looks like they might just take victory formation. Let's wait and see. Underneath the center is Beltran. Beltran hands up the middle, and Martinez breaks a few tackles and picks up about 13 yards. And Joshua takes a quick timeout with 6 seconds remaining. So maybe the Owls have more points in their sights here.
Maybe. So 21-7 with 6 seconds left on the clock as they got all the way to about the Lions' 45-yard line there. And they're going to try and see what they can do here, see if they can pick up another touchdown and make it 28-7.
Lion defense definitely doesn't want to give anything up with 6 seconds left in this first half. They've played an excellent first half, in my opinion, with the exception of the 2 turnovers, the 99-yard interception return, and then the strip of the strip fumble, really, on the ensuing series, and immediately Joshua put 14 points on the board real quick.
Yeah, and those are both definitely just some real unfortunate turns of events.
Here's Joshua now, first down. Pitch, out time, and the runner is down. And that's the end of the first half with Joshua ahead 21-7 over the Lions. We'll be back after this word from GEUS.
I own an electric company.
I own a power plant.
I own an internet provider.
Because I'm the owner, real people answer my calls.
Since I'm the owner, I can walk right in and talk to people face to face.
As an owner, a technician comes to my house to make sure my internet problem is fixed right.
At GEUS, we treat you like you own the place, because you do. GEUS, true local ownership.
Welcome back here to Wildman Stadium as we are looking at the Greenville Lion Pride Band getting ready to take the field here. Both teams trotting to the locker room to talk things over, and we've got some good halftime for entertainment here. And we'll watch the flashes, the band, and all of them get ready. And that's all I've got for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Greenville High School is proud to present the oldest drill team in the world, the Fleeing Flashes. The Flashes are led on the field by 2024-2025 dance officers from left to right. They are Major Abigail Saras, Major Adriana Rios, Lieutenant Colonel T.J. Mathis, Colonel Julian Sherrill, Lieutenant Colonel Brisa Gutierrez, Major Skylar Cataniela, and Major Sophia Durant. Social officers for Flaming Flashes are Chelsea Ariana Calderon, Veronica Ibarra, Brianna Jimenez, Allison Nicholas, and lead Miranda Nahara. Flashes Week are Evelyn Castillo and Jessica De Novo Sanchez. Ladies and gentlemen, the flaming flashes. The flashes are in the direction of Anna Strickler and Letitia Bear. Now performing is Greenville High School's award-winning Line Pride Band. The Line Pride Band is in its 95th year and is under the direction of Head Director Dr. Matt Lumby, Assistant Director Luke Davey, and Percussion Director John Grant. Conduct instruction by A.J. Quant, drill design by Stephen Cross. Drum majors are Ayana Escobar, Angelica Carrillo, and Mariana Ochoa. The Line Pride Band is proudly sponsored by Alliance Bank, Brian Campari, Forest Nursery, Greenville Masonite, and loving memory of Carter Conover, McDonald's, the Wi-Fi Clinic, Select Sound and Stone Supply, Sunshine Window Tint, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, the Texan Theater, UAW, Local 967, Greenville, Texas, EFS Signature Landscape. Our session week is The Clarinets. Please enjoy this year's Line Pride Band marching production, Full Throttle. Now sit back and relax as they perform their traditional high-energy palm routine to land at 1,000 dances.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the Spirit of Joshua. Joshua will be performing this year's show titled Toy Shop, arranged by On the Field Music, drill designed by Casey Sneed. Joshua will be performing movements 1 through 3 of the show tonight. Music includes the song Atlas and Fix You by Coldplay, Dance Macabre by Say Science, and Beethoven Symphony No. 5. Drum majors for Joshua are Jacob Pina and Tandika Cabo and Stetson Turnbow.
Careful use of our energy resources is a GEUS priority, and we know that saving money as well as energy is important to our customers. Did you know that you can save money year-round by making small changes to your thermostat? Save money and energy year-round by installing a programmable thermostat. Program a setting comfortable for your whole family while you're home. Program the thermostat while you are away 7 to 10 degrees or more cooler in the winter and warmer in the summer. According to the U.S. Department of Energy, you can save as much as 10% per year by doing this. Weather impacts our heating and cooling costs, causing our units to run more, especially during extreme temperatures. Adjust your thermostat just 4 degrees from your normal settings during extreme temperatures to conserve energy and save on your utility bill. Consider energy efficiency updates to your home to help improve comfort and savings. Improvements like sealing cracks around doors and windows and upgrading attic insulation keeps your cooling or heating in when you need it. GEUS customer service is ready to serve and assist you any way we can. Call 903-457-2800 or visit our website at www.geus.org.
Welcome back, folks, to CW Wildman Stadium in Arlington, Texas, where the Greenville Lions are duking it out with Joshua Owls, and so far, thanks to a couple of huge turnovers, the Owls are ahead on the scoreboard, but I think on the stat sheet, Bentley, I'm not sure that Greenville might not be ahead.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, especially when we're talking offensive stats, because 2 of those touchdown drives by the Owls, one was a 97 or 99-yard pick six, and the other one started about the 40-yard line due to that fumble. So definitely the Lions are probably leading on the offensive stats as we see both teams here stretching and getting ready to start this second half of football.
Nice performances by both the bands and the drill teams. Greenville Lions are in the beyond the end zone on the south end of the field, and the Owls are in the end zone. So, like you said, both teams getting stretched out 1:45 until we get going again. So the bands got done a little bit early, and we'll just wait to get started. But, boy, I'll tell you what, I just feel like we should almost be ahead in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. I definitely agree with you. The Lions have played some stellar football so far despite those 2 turnovers, and without those 2 turnovers, they probably would be ahead or tied at the very least.
Yeah, Greenville was knocking on the door, I guess early in the second quarter. They had a 2nd and goal from inside the 1-yard line, and that touchdown would have tied the ball game at that point. However, Phoenix Rodriguez took a 5-yard loss, excuse me, and then illegal procedure penalty took them back to the 10. So Rodriguez was forced to put it up, and one of the Joshua Owl defensive backs stepped in front of a receiver and went 99 yards for a touchdown, and that was a real backbreaker.
Yeah, so we see the Joshua Owls run out onto the field led by their cheerleaders, and then here comes the Greenville Lions as they're running through their cheerleaders led out by their ROTC as we're getting ready for a second half of football here in Arlington, Texas.
Caleb Hale, one of the leading receivers for the Lions, led the team out of the run through this time. Normally it's Aiden Lewis, one of the senior captains. But we're about 5 seconds away from getting the second half started, and Greenville will receive to start the second half. So a positive thought process, and let's see if they can regenerate that offense. Maybe move down the field with a nice 60 or 70-yard drive and get closer in this one, Bentley.
Yes, sir, and I would definitely say the Lions are very much so still in this game, especially if they can put one in the end zone here. Takes it to a 7-point game, and that Lion defense has looked pretty good so far, so they put one in the end zone and then stand strong, and it's their game to win here. So we were looking at 85 degrees at kickoff, but now it has dropped to 78, so much cooler out there, a little humid, but definitely some good weather to go out and play some good football.
I had an opportunity just to sit in the stands and watch the Greenville band, and it was pretty enjoyable. The weather was just fantastic as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, without a doubt, and I heard that Greenville will be adding their the last movement of their show to their halftime performance next week. So if you're in town, definitely come out and see that because they'll be doing their first run of the whole show from what I heard this weekend, barring some unforeseen change.
Archer O'Neill will be joining Bentley in the booth next week for the home game against Midlothian Heritage, while I take a break to host a family from Pennsylvania. So we got a couple of Greenville receivers standing at the 15-yard line. That's probably Hale and maybe Tobias. And here's a short kick, going to be taken on a fair catch. That's Noah Davenport. 31-yard line is where they'll start. Lions looking to eat into this 14-point deficit early here in the second half.
Yeah, so Greenville with some decent field position here to get it started. 12 minutes on the clock, of course, to start this second half of football, as we're going to see the Lions trot out here and see what they can get going. It looks like we're going to start out with number 5, Chris Whitus, and number 2, Caleb Hale, split out to the right, and a couple running backs in the backfield with Rodriguez.
Tight end on the left side, typically that's Yost. Looks like it might be Davenport right now. Man in motion, up the middle, bounces off of a couple of tackles, and Jaden Johnson is thrown for a 2-yard loss.
And so it'll bring up 2nd and 12 here for the Lions.
Gave him forward progress up to the 31, so it'll be 2nd and 11. Nothing doing on that first down run. Lions have struggled a little bit on first down tonight, and that's really set them back a couple of times, but they've been able to recover and get many, many first downs. Rodriguez rolling to his right, and again a stoppage of play.
And it looks like it's going to be a false start against Greenville. So that's going to back them up 5 yards, bring up what looks like 2nd and 16 here for the Lions. And looked like Rodriguez was looking to pass there, and being 2nd and 16, I definitely think we're going to see a pass play here.
We do have a few changes in the offensive line, with Valentine replacing Davenport at right tackle, and Davenport moving over to left tackle with Julian Sixtos out. So that's a 5-yarder. That'll bring up 2nd and 16. Joshua almost jumped. Rodriguez looks to the sideline. Now the play clock winds down. It's going to be a delay of game.
And Greenville did go ahead and burn a timeout there to keep from getting the delay of game call. So almost an offsides by everybody on the defensive line there by Joshua, but they were able to hold and not jump.
One of those times when, if you're a center, if you're really alert, you can snap that ball, but just was not anticipating that movement, and consequently the delay of game penalty is going to set the Lions back. No, actually, no delay. They called the timeout. So an early timeout has to be burned, and that could be big later in the game.
Yeah, and definitely not what you want to do coming right out of the gate to start the second half. So both teams talk it over, get a little bit better of an idea of what's going to happen here. As Greenville gets to the line of scrimmage, quickly joined by the Owls.
Ball spotted at the 26-yard line of the Lions. Second, we'll call it 16. Rodriguez drops back, gets some pressure, finds his man, and that ball is in and out of the hands of Chris Whitus.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate there, is if Whitus had been able to hold on to that, that would have been real close to a first down, as it looks like Rodriguez is shaken up real severe on the play. So as we see the training staff run out here.
Yeah, he stood in there in the face of pressure that time, delivered a beautiful ball that Whitus really should have had, frankly.
Yeah, and he looks real shaken up, as there's trainers from both sides coming in as well as coaches.
This is one of the things that probably Collins feared the most with his freshman quarterback. So we'll take a break and hear from GEUS. We'll check on the condition of Rodriguez.
Better, fast. The same excellent reliability and hometown service you've always counted on, now with faster speeds. Whether it is streaming, gaming, surfing the web, or working from home, GEUS is connecting you to the world. Sign up today at GEUS.org or by calling 903-457-2800.
And the good news for Greenville is that Rodriguez is up. I don't know whether he's holding his shoulder or not, but if it's his right arm, there may be a little question. That's, of course, his throwing arm. He's actually holding both arms, so I'm not sure exactly which one he might have hurt Bentley, but Bryson Sanders will be into the game now to replace Rodriguez, at least for a couple of plays, it looks like.
Sanders takes the snap, fakes the handoff to his running back. He's looking deep. He's got his receiver, and his receiver's fighting for some extra yardage there, but it's stopped at the 30.
Very close to the original line of scrimmage.
As that was Caleb Hale there.
So that'll bring up a fourth down. The Lions turn it over on the first series here in the second half. And it looks like we're going to have a different punter this time as Reagan Goggins is in there. So I wonder if GEUS has got some problems. He limped off there late in the first half. And whether we see him down on the bench or not. But Reagan Goggins is going to handle the punting duties for the foreseeable future. Good snap. And once again, it looked like there might be a procedure call on the Lions' offensive line. There was some movement. Guys actually reared up, and I think that's going to move them back another 5. We're having some difficulties in the execution tonight. Actually, that's going to go against Joshua. All right.
Well, and that poses a very interesting situation. I still imagine the Lions are going to punt it here, but who knows if they can get them to jump off sides again, because that brings it to about 4th and 4 as Goggins is back ready to punt.
They're deep in their own territory here at their own 37-yard line, though, Bentley. Probably too much to ask for a fake punt at this point. High snap, handled by Goggins. Kick goes up and out of bounds. Oh, boy. Goggins didn't get much on that one, and that barely gets back to the line to gain. So it's one of those times when we'd have been better off maybe going for it on 4th down. Reagan Goggins just not able to get the foot on that one.
Yeah, unfortunately so. And Goggins, we did see do some punting duties for the Lions last year, but Yost had done it all so far this season. Who knows if Goggins had punted much in practice, but hopefully if he has to punt again, it'll be a little bit better than that one as he's getting ready to join his teammates on defense here.
Yeah, that'll go down as a 4-yard punt. So great field position to start for Joshua. Chance to increase this 14-point lead. Cesar Beltran, hands up the middle, and loose is Salas. No, actually that's Martinez. And Martinez is down inside the 15-yard line.
And taken down by number 8, Tyler Trexel, as well as number 1, Aiden Lewis, together on the play.
So once again, quick strike offense by this flex bone.
Yeah, not ideal what you want going for the Lions so far, but hopefully their defense will be able to stand strong here and get a little bit of a change going.
Well, if Yost is out, he's a key player on the defense. Up the middle goes Martinez again, and Martinez is in the end zone for a Joshua touchdown. 2 quick runs, and Joshua puts a stamp on this 28-7 lead, barring the extra point.
Greenville gets ready to try to defend the extra point here as they're going to try to tack one more on and make it 28-7.
Not what we were hoping for to start the second half, folks. That is a good placement. 28-7 Joshua. And that's pretty much... That's got to deflate you just a little bit as a team, come out and they never did get a first down. Sanders completed a good pass, picked up some decent yardage. Then unfortunately the really short punt just set the Owls up for a quick touchdown and 2 running plays by senior running back Eli Martinez.
Yeah, and of course, we know it was only one throw, but that one throw by Sanders did look really good. So hopefully we'll get to see some more of that here in the second half as Rodriguez is still in the trainer's tent over there. And I imagine will be for a while, probably a good chance of the rest of the game.
Somebody else getting stretched out on the Greenville sideline. It might be Whitus. So can't afford to lose him.
No, not at all.
On that play that Rodriguez was hurt, Greenville would have had a first down conversion had Whitus been able to hang on to that pass, which was perfectly thrown, about 20 yards down the field. All right, here comes the kickoff from Joshua. Deep receiver standing at the 15-yard line for Greenville. More than likely going to be a pop-over kick. It's a little bit deeper this time, and it's taken deeper at the 23-yard line, once again by Noah Davenport with a fair catch. So a better kick for the Joshua place kicker. We expected that might have been Salas, but turns out it's number 13 for Joshua. So the ball will be spotted at the 25-yard line. Bryson Sanders will be now at the controls. We'll try to get a report on Phoenix Rodriguez for you.
Yeah, and actually I did just see him come out of the tent, and no pads, no helmet, and a wrap around and holding his arm. So I think it's safe to say we've seen the last of Phoenix Rodriguez tonight.
Man in motion, handoff, pushing forward is Abram for a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, so a good gain there by Abram. Bring up about 2nd and 5 here from the Lions 30-yard line.
Could you tell which arm seemed to be the problem with Rodriguez, Bentley?
It looks like it's his right arm, so his throwing arm.
Well, that's a tough pill to swallow for the freshman. We've been concerned about his durability. Bryson Sanders now at the controls. In motion is Culbert. Sanders rolls right, got some speed, and he gets up a couple of yards beyond the 30.
Yeah, it looks like he picks up about 3 to 4 yards, so that's going to bring up, it looks like 3rd and about 2 here for the Lions.
Like Sanders offers a different package at quarterback than Rodriguez. Probably possibly more of a runner.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. And both quarterbacks look to be able to get out and move some, but so far it definitely does look like Sanders is a little bit better getting out of the pocket and running for it.
And he seems very comfortable in control of the offense. Pretty impressive. This is his first opportunity this season. One receiver split each side. In motion comes Culbert. Sanders hands off, and short of the first down goes the running back, Tobias Abram.
Yeah, it looked like Abram picked up about a yard maybe, if that. So it's going to bring up 4th and 1 or 4th and 2 here for the Lions.
You wonder if maybe it's not time to just to roll the dice.
Well, it looks like they're going to, as the offense is still out there on the field.
So Greenville taking a chance here on 4th down from their own 33-yard line. We'll call it 4th and 2. Bryson Sanders, junior quarterback at the helm, takes a snap, drops back. Now he's rolling left, has some room. Oh, and a beautiful tackle. What a nice tackle by a Joshua defender, and Sanders is not going to make the line to gain.
Yeah, and he had a window there for a split second, but it was quickly closed as he's tackled right at about the 29 or 30-yard line there to be a turnover on downs.
So the Lions turn it over on consecutive series, setting up Joshua, this time at the 30 after setting them up at their own 40 on the last series. So Joshua now with an opportunity to really drive a stake into the heart of the Greenville Lions. 7:06 remaining here in the third quarter. They lead 28-7 over Greenville. Up the middle goes to Martinez once again, and he breaks the line of scrimmage, and he's down to the 10-yard line of the Lions.
Yeah, and that was number 8, Tyler Trexel, eventually getting in and being able to take him down on the play.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage are the Owls.
Just a tick under 7 minutes left on the clock here in the third quarter.
Beltran at the helm, hands off to Rodriguez, and into the end zone goes, Martinez. Martinez will get a third touchdown tonight for Eli Martinez. He's having a big night. And Joshua extends the lead to 34-7. But we were feeling pretty good about the Greenville offense at halftime, but they were unable to get anything significant going here in the second half. Took a chance on fourth down. Unsuccessful.
That'll make it 34-7 here with 6:43 left in the quarter. And when you lose your starting quarterback, as well as it looks like he's still got his uniform on, but number 5, Whitus, on the bench as well. And same thing with number 16, Caleb Yost. All three of those guys are big parts of the offense, and Yost is a huge part of the defense. So when you lose 3 guys like that right at one after another, it makes things a little rough there for you.
Well, injuries are definitely becoming a huge part of this Greenville Lion football season, particularly with the injury now to the starting quarterback, Phoenix Rodriguez, who went down in a heap on a third down pass, and unfortunately appears to have an arm injury to his throwing arm, which was probably the worst thing to happen to a quarterback.
Well, and not just an arm injury, but it looks like a shoulder injury nonetheless, which is even worse for a quarterback on their throwing arm.
All right, Joshua now will be kicking off. Again, they're moving from our left to our right, from south to north. Big lead now for the Owls. Here comes the kick. It's a short one, real short. And it's fumbled by the Lion offense up front. And boy, I'll tell you what, that potential receiver was he was decleated.
Just absolutely taken off the ground. As that was number 12, it looks like
yeah, Brand came up with the ball. I don't know who it was that initially tried to make the reception, but it was just almost like an onside kick. And why would Joshua do something like that?
Yeah, I don't know. So.
That doesn't show much class if that's what they were trying to do. Probably not an intentional thing. Hopefully not intentional anyway.
So, 1st and 10 from Greenville's 39-yard line.
Sanders takes the snap, hands off to Abram. Abram busts it. He's at the 40. 40-yard line. He's brought down at the 41 of Joshua. A burst of about 20 yards by Tobias Abram.
That's a huge pickup there by Abram, and in an offense that's had some injury trouble so far tonight, Abram has been a huge bright spot, as anytime it seems like he touches the ball, he's able to get some decent ground coverage.
2 running backs behind Sanders. He hands off this time once again to Abram, and Abram, with the help of Levi Davenport, trying to push defenders away, picks up about maybe 3 yards. We'll call it 2nd and 7 for Greenville. Ball spotted at the 39-yard line of Joshua. 5:48 remaining here in the third quarter. Lions trail big, 35-7.
Sanders talking to his lineman, making sure everybody's on the same page. Drops back in formation, couple of running backs behind him.
Makes a snap, rolling left, has the option, and before he has the opportunity to pitch to Colbert, he gets nailed. It's one of those things that now Sanders is going to have to come out of the game. He lost his hat, so now who do you put at quarterback?
I don't know. I'm sure they've got somebody in mind, but we've seen Ethan Brand played some quarterback in past situations last season, so maybe they'll stick him in for a play, or maybe they'll figure something else out here.
Coach Collins is talking to Brand about Sanders about turning upfield and getting the yardage instead of kind of messing around with the possible pitch. Consequently, the timeout will allow Sanders to stay in the game.
Lions with one timeout left with 5 minutes left in the third quarter here. So definitely not where you want to be in the terms of clock management, but so far they haven't really had much more of a choice than what they've done.
And I think we could definitely say that things have gone south in a hurry here in the second half.
Yeah, started with an injury, and then another one, and then another one, and that's taken things to a completely different turn than what we were thinking they were going to go at the conclusion of the first half.
And this is going to bring up a 3rd and long for Greenville. We'll call it 7 yards to go. Bryson Sanders in at quarterback for Greenville in place of Phoenix Rodriguez. Hands off, and going forward is Tobias Abram, and he forces his way across the 35-yard line of Joshua, but it's going to be short of the line to gain, so Lions are going to be forced to go for it again on 4th down. 4:43 remaining here in the third quarter. We are in Arlington at C.W. Wildman Field, home of the Arlington Sam Houston high school team. Man in motion is Colbert. Hands off once again to Abram, and only a short yardage, and I'm not sure about that one. Looks like it's going to be another turnover on downs as the Lions are unable to penetrate the line to gain.
Yeah, so 1st and 10 here for the Owls now from their own 35-yard line, it looks like, as Abram may have picked up a singular yard, but needed about 3 or 4 on the play.
See, Z. Armstrong Teeters in the game at the defensive end spot. A young sophomore who's been getting a lot of playing time on defense for the Lions. Mark Dumas here. Looks like he's about ready to blitz. Up the middle once again goes Martinez, and he's brought down with an ankle tackle by Goggins. Not before he picks up, 9 yards. Into the game for the Lions, McEwen, defensive end spot. Again, Martinez just virtually untouched at the line of scrimmage, and he busts through for about another 9-yard pickup and a 1st down for Joshua.
Yeah, but there is a flag on the play back at the 42-yard line, so we'll see what that is. And hopefully, for Greenville's sake, it's going to go against Joshua. But we will know that here in just 1 second.
That was a 2nd and 1, and apparently a chop block on Joshua. It cost them at least 10, might be even 15. Yeah, that's one of the big ones. Chop blocks are pretty dangerous. You can get somebody hurt real easily when you got one guy up high and one guy down low.
Yes, that'll back them all the way up to the 29-yard line, bring up 2nd and 17 here for the Owls, as that puts Greenville in a much better situation on this drive.
You're going to have to figure out a way to stop the run up the middle, and Martinez is just killing them. Beltran under center, fakes the handoff this time, and Beltran keeps it. Good tackle by Dumas after a short gain.
Yeah, so I call it a pickup of about 1 there, as that's going to bring up 3rd and 16 here for the Owls, and the Lions look to try to make something happen here.
Defense really needs to get a stand here and get the ball back for Sanders and the offense. The offense moved down the field. They got 3 or 4 first downs, but then had to turn it over. 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Beltran takes a snap. He's going to throw. Dodges a defender, throws deep. Almost caught. That was a good throw by the senior quarterback.
Yeah, it was right on the money too, but Aiden Lewis was able to jump in and break it up, so that'll bring up 4th and 14 here for the Owls. As surely we'll see a punt here.
First pass attempt by Joshua tonight, and really a very nice throw by Beltran. So punt formation as the Lions force a turnover on downs. And deep for the Lions. It's Whitus. Whitus has it. He's tiptoeing down the sideline, and he's forced out of bounds at about the 41-yard line of the Lions.
Yeah, and White is showing some frustration on the sideline, maybe some discomfort or something so far as he's bending over.
Well, he's the go-to guy for receiving punts and kickoffs. And he's not going to be on the field for this offensive series, at least not for this first play. Yeah, stinger on the shoulder maybe. I don't think he sustained it on that particular play.
No, I think it's been something that's been ailing him for a little bit.
All right, Lions are setting up at their own 41-yard line. Need to get something going. Sanders looking downfield, under some pressure now, scrambling to the right, breaks a couple of tackles, advances the ball about 8 yards down the field.
Yeah, and he turns what looked to be a horrible thing into a really good thing and picked up about, it looked like 8 to me, but maybe his knee went down and picked up about 6 on the play.
Good scramble by Bryson Sanders, and under some real pressure as Greg Washington limps off the field. Yet another possible injury to Greenville starter. Washington not happy with the fact that he's not able to stay in the game. Second, we'll call it a long 3. For Greenville, man in motion, goes behind the quarterback, and the running back gets past the line to gain, I believe, are very close.
Yeah, and that was number 20, Tobias Abram on the carry there. As it's going to bring up 1st and 10 here. As they're going to mark it, he got exactly 10 yards. So 1st and 10 from the Owls' 49-yard line.
2 receivers going to be split right. Hale's one of them. I think it's Colbert who's getting a lot of playing time with the injury to Whitus. Bravion Colbert, a freshman. Wow.
And a flag on the play as the officials are going to whistle it dead. Looks like a false start against Greenville. So it's going to take them back 5 yards and bring up 1st and 15 here.
I didn't realize that we had another freshman on the field. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think they're the only 2 on the roster, but they both have done their fair share. Matthew says there's a 3rd one. Let me see if I can find him here on this roster.
Well, we know Rodriguez is not going to be available probably for the foreseeable future. Injury to his throwing shoulder. Bryson Sanders rolls right, finds his man. Almost looks like Jamorian Hamilton on the reception.
It is. He came in at halfback whenever Greg Washington got hurt, but he can catch it too.
He's excited about his first opportunity to be on offense.
Hey, and I don't blame him. You know, defense always looks like fun, but I like to catch the ball too.
2nd and 5, we'll call it, for the Lions. Ball spotted just inside the 45-yard line of Joshua. Stoppage on the field. Exactly what the reason was.
Looks like the referee trying to convey something to the home
clock operator
booth over there. They're talking about the clock. And I'm not sure what the clock should be at, but that does not look right. But maybe I'm mistaken.
52 seconds according to the scoreboard clock. 2nd and 6, we'll call it. Colbert in motion. Handoff. Spinning move. And Abram is hammered. Once again, he was in the middle of making a move and was very susceptible, vulnerable to a hit. And Joshua, linebacker, put one on him.
Yeah, so it looks like a loss of 1 there as it's going to bring up 3rd and 7 as we see number 2, Caleb Hale, join his teammates on the field.
Lots of guys getting opportunities to play because of the injuries. Bryson Sanders, of course, the number one replacement with Rodriguez going down here in the third quarter. 3rd and 7 for the Lions. Sanders looking downfield, lots of pressure. He spins away, finds Abram, but Abram's got not nearly enough room. He makes a great effort to advance the ball. I didn't think he had a chance to get anything, and he got about 5 yards out of it.
Yeah, he was able to get him right back to the line of scrimmage, which obviously we need much more than that, but...
Looks like the end of the quarter, so they won't have to go very far to change ends of the field.
And we're going to take a break with them, and we'll be back to start the fourth quarter.
Introducing GEUS Smart Pay, a prepaid electric service. The smart way to manage your energy bills. With GEUS Smart Pay, you're in control. No monthly bills, no late fees, no disconnect or reconnect fees, and lower or no deposits. GEUS Smart Pay. Smart, simple, and electricity on your schedule. Sign up today at 903-457-2800.
And welcome back here to C.W. Wildman Stadium, as the score is Owls 35, Lions 7 here as we're getting ready to start this fourth quarter. Greenville with the ball at the Owls 44-yard line with about 6 to gain here. Takes the snap. He's looking for his receiver downfield. He finds Jamorian Hamilton, but unfortunately it squirts out of his hands, as that is going to be a turnover on downs, and the Owls are going to take over here on their own 44-yard line.
Just nothing going on that pass. That was well covered, even had it been a reception. I think Hamilton would have been short of the line to gain. So yet another turnover on downs. The Lions have to gamble, of course, at this point. There's not much to lose, and they're turning the ball over to Joshua in really good field position. But Coach Collins is rolling the dice, and unfortunately, offense hadn't been able to convert.
Yeah, so Beltran under center here as he's getting ready to take the snap. Man in motion, hands it off to his running back. His running back's got some room, but is quickly taken down there by the Lions linebacker.
And that offensive line by Joshua is definitely moving some people backwards. In fact, the guys in the middle where Martinez has been doing most of the damage, he just had some serious pushback on the Greenville defensive line. And admittedly, these guys on the defensive front have been out there quite a bit, particularly here in the third quarter as Joshua's been controlling the play.
And so Beltran takes the snap, hands it off to Salas. Salas gets up the middle, gets all the way out to about the 41-yard line before being taken down, and that's going to be enough to give the Owls a new set of downs. It looks like there's an injured Lion on the play.
Drexel made the play on defense, but yeah, it looks like maybe
that's number 18, Jamorian Hamilton, and that is not what you want to see if you're the Lions, because Hamilton has been a huge key player on defense so far, as well as a good guy to step in on offense with some offensive injuries. So I think we're going to take a break here as they're going to check out Hamilton, and we'll be back in just a second. Welcome back here, folks, as we see Hamilton getting up and walking off the field mostly under his own power. I'd say pretty much all under his own power. So that's a good sign. Don't know if we'll see him left in this game with only 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter and the Lions down big, but hopefully he'll be fine and hopefully he'll be ready to go next week.
Looked a little wobbly coming off the field, and I think, Bentley, you're probably right. He's probably done for the evening. There's no reason to take a chance on keeping him on the field.
So number 8, Beltran under center, hands it off to his running back. Running back got some room and is quickly taken down by the Lions at the 35-yard line.
It's a good defensive tackle by Dumas, but it's it's not a good sign when your defensive secondary is having to make the tackles 10 yards deep in your own defense. So Lions having trouble at the initial, the first two lines of defense, not getting much done, and Martinez and Salas have had a field day up the middle tonight.
Yeah, so Beltran takes the snap, hands it off to Salas. Salas gets some room, breaks the tackle, and is taken down by Trexel at about the 13-yard line or so after a huge gain.
Once again, Joshua is taking full advantage of the middle of the defensive line and just pounding out huge gains. Salas and Martinez, you know, they break the line of scrimmage and they're in full speed ahead.
Yeah, and they're not huge guys, but once they get going, they're definitely hard to take down. And you know, a lot of times you see teams change their game plan when they're up big like this, but their game plan is to run the ball, so they're going to keep doing what they're doing, and hopefully Greenville can get a stop here. Hands off to his running back. Salas fumbles the ball, and it looks like it's jumped on by Trexel. And that's a big turnover for Greenville here, as they're deep down in their own zone at about the 11-yard line, but definitely a big play for the Lions.
Yeah, that's a huge break for the Lions as Trexel comes up a little bit wobbly. He might have landed on top of that ball and somebody might have gotten on top of him. But finally a turnover goes in favor of the Lions.
So we're going to see Sanders lead his team out here from his own 11-yard line. Long way to go. Good amount of time left on the clock as it's 1st and 10 from Greenville's 11. Man split out to each side.
And we're missing a man, I think. They only have 10 players on the field. And we don't have a timeout to burn, or maybe we do.
And they're trying to figure out what it is. Luckily, 18 seconds left on the clock as we see Damian Bankston trot out there at the H-back position.
Yeah, we saw Washington come off the field, and we didn't get the replacement. Low snap is handled by Sanders. He's scrambling around now, coming to the right. Not much going on as he's finally tossed out of bounds.
Yeah, and it looks like he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. It may be a 1-yard loss, but was able to get back and get a little bit to keep it from being real bad, as that was a busted play from the very get-go.
And one thing about all these injuries, we see, Savage having to play middle guard, nose guard, the entire game because Valentine's playing right tackle on offense. So those guys normally are alternating, and it's just wearing on the Lions.
Sanders takes the snap, standing at his own 2-yard line, hands it off to his running back. Abrams got not really any room as he's quickly stopped at the 5-yard line.
Just nothing doing as the Joshua defense is making life difficult for the Lions deep in their own territory now, back close to their 10-yard line for the start of this third down.
So that'll bring up what looks to be 3rd and 13 for the Lions here, as we see number 30, Cameron Clayton, in the backfield with Sanders. So a new name in there. See if he can get something going for the Lions. Sanders standing at his 2-yard line. Takes the snap. He hands it, fakes the handoff to his running back, looking for his receiver. He's got him, but is quickly broken up by the Owls defender.
Yeah, I was watching the delivery that time by Sanders. He has a sidearm delivery. So that's a difficult thing when you're trying to get it through the hands of on-rushing linemen. You got to get that ball up high, and didn't get the ball delivered on time, and it was very nearly intercepted, actually.
Yeah, so we see Goggins standing in his own end zone, getting ready to punt the ball off. Hopefully we'll see something a little bit different from last time.
Got to be a little bit pressure on Reagan after that 4-yard punt earlier. Standing in your own end zone 5 yards deep. 8:12 remaining here in the fourth quarter of a 35-7 game.
And you can see Collins is visibly frustrated with the boys on the field as he has to take a timeout. And we're going to take a break with them as the teams are talking it over.
GEUS is proud to be the first municipally owned electric utility in Texas, dating all the way back to 1891. And we're proud to be the first city-owned cable and internet provider in Texas, too. But that's the past. What matters today is where we're going. Today's GEUS is providing electricity and high-speed internet. We're overseen by a completely local board, made up of regular citizens who make decisions that benefit our community first and foremost, not necessarily distant investors or Wall Street. And our mission isn't just a feel-good idea about serving our neighbors. We also aim to be world-class.
And welcome back here to C.W. Wildman Stadium in Arlington, Texas, as Goggins is getting ready to take the snap. He takes the snap, puts a way better punt than that first one up, as it's going to take a big Greenville bounce and bounce to the 49 and a half yard line here.
Caden Waters and Mark Dumas downing that one, but yeah, Goggins made up for his 4-yarder with about a 40-yarder.
Yeah, and a big kick there is looking, based off what we saw the first time, it could have gone real bad for the Lions, but that looks a lot more like the kicks we saw from Goggins last season and a lot more like what we want to see.
Have an artificial turf here at Wildman Field, and whenever you have an artificial turf field, generally you're going to get a pretty good roll, a pretty good bounce, and that's exactly what Goggins got on a good high punt.
So the Owls take over here at the 50-yard line. Beltran takes the snap, hands it off to his running back. That is Martinez. As Martinez, there's nobody between him and the end zone, as it's a foot race into the end zone for the Owls.
Davenport chased him into the end zone, but there was no way he was going to catch Eli Martinez. And I think that may be his 4th score of the night. And you would think with 7:54 remaining that they'd have had some backups in the game. And they're pretty much running it up, showing no mercy whatsoever on the Greenville Lions.
Yeah, and definitely not what you're liking to see right now. As Joshua is getting ready to make the kick, and it's up, and it's good. That's going to make it 40. Joshua 41, Lions 7, and Lions are going to get the ball back here with 7:54 left on the clock. And, excuse me, that's Owls 42.
Yeah, their kicker has been, not the prettiest kicks, but everyone's been successful on the six touchdowns that they've put on the board. And this has just turned into a very, very long evening for the Lions.
And we're going to take a break here real quick, and we'll be back with the kickoff in just a second. And welcome back here to C.W. Wildman Stadium as the Owls have the ball placed at their 40-yard line, getting ready to kick it to the Lions, as we have number 2, Caleb Hale, as well as number 80, Bravion Colbert, back to receive for the Lions.
Caden Waters is in the middle on the defensive set, or the return set. He's standing at the 25-yard line. Let's see how far the kickoff goes this time.
So the kicker's in motion. Kick is up. It's a much better kick than last time, as it's going to be taken by number 2 for the Lions. He's got a little bit of space, breaks the first tackle, but is quickly picked up by the second defender and knocked out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. That was Caleb Hale for the Lions.
A lot of work to be done on the Greenville kickoff return team. They didn't get very many blue shirts on the ground, and consequently Hale had very little room to run.
Yeah, so the Lions looking at a very large deficit here with 7:46 left on the clock. Just getting ready to line up at center over the ball. Sanders with a running back behind him. 2 receivers split out left.
And finally some new numbers on the field for Joshua.
And we see number 22, Damian Bankston, join the Lions out there at H-back, set up on the left.
Langston's going to be there for the rest of the game, probably.
Hands the ball off to Abram. Abram picks up about 4 yards on the play.
Running behind Big Braden Maps that time against the second unit defense of Joshua.
Yeah, you can definitely count on Maps anytime you need a big hole blown, as it's going to bring the Lions to 2nd and 6 here. Sanders looking to his sideline, getting a play from the coach. He's got his play. Relaying it to all of his linemen, making sure everybody knows what the game plan is. Sanders standing at his 29-yard line. Man in motion. Takes the snap. Rolls to his left. Nothing cooking there, so he turns back to his right. He goes upfield and gets a big gain as he gets all the way to about the 45-yard line and picks up a Lions first down.
Yeah, he just changed completely. Heading to his left, he had Colbert for the pitch man and just decided that he was going to cut back and made a really nice scramble out of it. He's got some foot speed.
Well, and he didn't have much of a choice because there was a man standing between him and Colbert ready to clean his clock if he continued left, but quick turn by the quarterback and able to pick up a lot of yardage there for the Lions. 6:29 left on the clock. Sanders back, man in motion, it's Colbert. Takes the snap, hands it to his running back. Abram picks up a good chunk of yardage there before he's taken down. Picks up about 4.5, 5 yards there on the play.
And that was interesting. The Maps pulled out and went to the left, and the play came to the right. I don't understand exactly what the motivation was for that. Unless you're trying to just, deke the defense into following where the guard goes. Aiden Lewis now checking into the game now for Hale.
They're going to call it a pickup of 2, as it's going to bring up 2nd and 8 here for the Lions. 5:45 left on the clock. Sanders drops back, gets ready to take the snap. 2 wide receivers out left, 1 in motion. Sanders takes the snap, hands it to his running back. That's Abram. Abram is going to be stopped right at about the line of scrimmage, so we'll call it no gain there. Bring up we'll call it 1 yard there. Bring up 3rd and 7.
The big guys up front just not able to create the holes that Abrams needs to get some of the yardage that he was picking up earlier in the game.
Well, those guys have been playing a long game so far today, and the Owls with a fresh set of legs in it, just about every position it looks like. As the Lions are trying to get something going here at their 48-yard line. Sanders takes the snap, rolls to his left, flips it to Colbert. Colbert breaks the tackle, but is quickly picked up by another guy. He fumbles it, but is able to stick his arm out and grab it before anybody from the Owls is able to jump on the ball.
Yeah, the freshman in motion that time got the pitch for the first time, and just there wasn't any room to go, and he took a pretty good hit and lost the handle, and fortunately was able to reach out and regather it. So another 4th down play, and the Lions are going to go for it, as they have many times here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, so 4th and 7 here, 4th and 6 here for the Lions, as they're going to go ahead and trot the punting unit on. Had a change of mind there.
Yep. Yeah, last minute decision. At this point, probably not a whole lot of reason to go for it.
No.
Let Goggins try to force Joshua to go, the full length of the field to put any more points on the board.
4:25 left on the clock. Lions talking it over. Play clock is not running as we see number 12, Ethan Brand, join the crew out there. Ethan's setting up on the line to block. Goggins takes the snap with a big, really good punt there. And it's fumbled, and it looks like it may have been picked up by Davenport, as we will see here. Multiple guys, Reagan Goggins being one of them, signaling that it's Lions ball, but no official word from the ref.
So another turnover for the Lions. This is the second one here in the fourth quarter. And they'll be starting inside the 25-yard line of Joshua, as the deep receiver just couldn't get the handle on that one.
Well, and I think he heard feet and got a little nervous because there was a guy right there on him and it hit him in the hands. It looked like a perfect catch, looked like he had it, and then all of a sudden it just wasn't there anymore, and Greenville thankfully was able to jump on.
That's a good opportunity for the Lion offense to stay on the field here. So a good decision to kick.
Sanders takes the snap, man in motion, hands it off to his running back. That's Clayton, Cameron Clayton, as he picks up a few yards. Let's pick up about 4 on the play, bring up 2nd and 6 here is what I'm going to call it.
Clayton, another one of the sophomores on this roster, getting an opportunity to get a little playing time with the injuries mounting on the Lions sideline.
Yeah, and obviously you never want an injury to happen, of course, but it's a good thing these guys are able to get a little bit more playing time before district officially starts next week. Sanders takes the snap, goes to his right, and is quickly taken down by a whole group of Owls.
He did pick up about 3 or 4 yards, though. Just forced his way, almost bullied his way in a similar fashion that Anthony Johnson did last year. Not quite as big as Johnson, but he is bigger than Rodriguez.
Yeah, without a doubt. So Sanders and his offense, 3rd and 3. The ball on the Owls' 15-yard line. Takes the snap, rolls to his right. He's looking for his man. He finds his man. That's number 2, Caleb Hale. Hale gets to the 10 and is quickly fighting for some more yardage, but to the 10 was enough to pick up the first down.
Good throw by Sanders, found his man. Hale's probably the leading receiver tonight, particularly with Whitus now sidelined with some kind of stinger injury. Caleb Hale's had a big night and converts that first down.
Sanders getting ready to take the snap here. 1st and 10, ball on the 10. Call it 1st and goal here. Man in motion. Sanders takes the snap, hands it off to his running back. That's Clayton.
Oh!
Clayton gets stood up.
Yeah, he got bent back that time. Let's hope he's okay.
And there's a flag on the play here.
Little extracurricular activity that time. That might be a little overzealous defensive play. Good hit on Clayton, but
No need to trash talk afterwards.
no. Clayton, I think, is going to be okay. He is coming out of the game, but let's see if that penalty goes against Joshua. If it is indeed a penalty for taunting, it'll be half the distance to the goal line.
Yeah, and they put in Abram, which will be huge if it's half the distance to the goal line. We'll see here in just a second.
These injuries may indeed create some opportunities for some junior varsity players to get elevated to this varsity squad, because it's getting thin.
So it is going to be what appears to be a taunting penalty of some sort against the Owls, and that's going to be a walk-off to take the Lions to the 5-yard line. And a first down. So 1st and goal here from the Owls' 5-yard line.
This is the same end of the field we had early in the second quarter and had an opportunity to score.
Abram looking to hopefully maybe get the ball and run it into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the night. As he picks up about 2, it looks like, on the play, maybe 1. We'll wait for the official ruling here in a second.
There are some big bodies down on the ground there. It's big Victor Orsonio. I was trying to open that hole for Abram.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to call it a pickup of 1, as that's going to bring up 2nd and goal with 4 to go for the Lions offense.
Got to take advantage of this, if for nothing else, just for your pride.
Exactly. 1:45 left on the clock here. Sanders takes the snap, hands it to his running back, and his running back, Abram, is stopped in the backfield, as that's going to be a loss of about 3 here.
Yeah, that was a blitzing linebacker that time, and that's number 7, and he's been in the game defensively all night long. So it's not a total second team defense out there for Joshua.
Yeah, and that'll bring up third and goal from the 7, excuse me, as the Lions are going to have to look to get something here and quite possibly could see a pass play, but who knows. 1:05 left on the clock.
Al's defense getting pretty stingy here.
Sanders rolls to the right. He's looking for some space and is quickly shut down as he's taken down by several Owls for a big loss.
Yeah, just not much going on in the way of blocking that time for Sanders, and didn't have an opportunity to find anybody, and consequently has to take the sack, has to eat it for a big loss.
Yeah, and unfortunately Sanders comes off the field holding his hand, so hopefully it's nothing serious. But there's a good chance we won't see him again this game, because we won't see the offense probably again this game as the clock's down to 25 seconds. Holder in the game, that is
Ethan Brand. Yeah, Rojas is going to attempt a field goal here from the 22-yard line, so this will be a 32-yard attempt. First attempt by Rojas. He gets the kick up. It's a good kick.
And it is good.
Nicely done by the junior kicker. And a little bit of a bright light shined on this game here at the end.
Yeah, so that brings the score Owls 42, Lions 10. As there's 6 seconds left on the clock, and I don't imagine we're going to see much of anything from Joshua here after Greenville kicks the ball to him.
I would think not. 42 is a big number to put up, and I'm sure the coaching staff and the Owls over there are pretty happy with the way they came out tonight. Their offense was clicking pretty good. Martinez was the benefit of some significant blocking up front. On many touchdowns for the senior running back.
Exactly. Joshua's receiving team, trots onto the field as Rojas places his kicking tee at the 40-yard line, and
this might be an opportunity, Bentley, to work on your onside kick, you know?
It very well could be.
It's nothing to lose. I think Joshua, is thinking the same way you and I might be. Let's see what Rojas does. I think Collins is, I think this is exactly what they're going to do. He's down there, and too many players on the field as Trexel runs off. They're definitely having trouble with the substitutions because so many players are out of position, and a little bit of disorganization, and that's going to cost the Lions 5 yards, which is pretty much meaningless.
6 seconds left on the clock as Rojas is getting ready to do what appears to be try an onside kick here.
And we have 6 players on the far side and only 4 on this side. Let's see if Rojas kind of hooks it to the left.
And he is going to boot it away as that is taken by the Joshua return man, number 1. It gets to the edge and is quickly taken down, and that's going to be what looks like a horse collar tackle by number 11, Noah Davenport. So there's going to be a penalty on that. Don't think it's going to matter because there's no time left on the clock as both teams are getting ready to meet each other at halftime, at the midway point of the field. And we are going to watch them shake hands and talk about it a little bit.
Coach Collins shakes hands with one of the officials and then moves across to talk to the coaches from Joshua. Not hesitant whatsoever to get over and congratulate those Joshua coaches. So a good show of sportsmanship by Coach Collins. He's still continuing to look for more of the coaches and finds yet another one and yet 2 more. So he managed to go through the entire coaching staff of the Owls and congratulate them on this huge victory, 42-10 over the Lions.
Yeah, so all the players making sure they're shaking hands here Shows 1 second on the clock, but I think that is just a mistake here.
And remember, next week, Archer O'Neill will be joining Bentley in the booth for the district opener against Midlothian Heritage at home. And don't forget Lady Lions volleyball tomorrow night at 5 o'clock against Melissa in the Lions Den, I guess, right, Matthew? Matthew Middleton will have that call for you, and go out and support those Lady Lions. They got a good team, and hopefully they'll be playoff bound once again.
Lions and the cheerleaders getting ready together to listen to the school song. And with that, Bob, do you have anything else?
I do not. It's a pretty quick game, hour and 30 minutes, not counting halftime. So.
Well, I don't have anything else either, folks, so we appreciate you tuning in. Make sure to tune in next week as we will be back at home, like Bob said, for the season opener. I'm Bentley Love with Bob Muty and Matthew Middleton. Thank you very much, and good night.
This video has been brought to you by GEUS. GEUS is your community-owned provider for electric, internet, cable TV, and true local programming.